back, everyone, for some more of my Juventus career mode here on FIFA 17. And this is actually going to be the penultimate episode of this particular series because I've made the decision that it's going to contradict what I said the halfway point of this career mode, is that I am only going to have this as one season. And what I'm going to do is that since my West Brom career mode, the final episode was a Champions League final, where the Baggies ended up going up against Juventus, I'm going to treat it almost like a rematch here where I already have the tournament set up for a Champions League final between Juventus and West Brom, and that will not have my commentary in it, so the final episode will be just game audio, but I figured I'd put at least my commentary in this video, and I'll show you guys end of season stats after this game, and how exactly this team has gone and that, but before we continue on, hope you guys have an awesome day today. Hope you guys doing well. And I will also let you guys know, in terms of the Champions League final that I'm going to have in the next episode, the West Brom team is going to be exactly the same as what it was whenever I had my West Brom career mode. The lineup is going to be exactly the same. But as far as what the team that I'm going to field for Juventus, I'm actually going to be dropping Chiesa altogether. I'm going to be putting Asamoah in there because he is technically part of this team, even though he signed a pre-contract agreement to go to somewhere next year. But Asamoah will be on the bench, and Gigi Buffon will be my starting goalkeeper, and Perrin will be my backup. But I figured I'd tell you guys right now, just so there's no surprises in the next episode, which will be the final episode. But without further ado, we are going to go ahead and play this game against Napoli here in the Coppa Italia final. Well, in this game, it's the Coppa Nazionale. But we are up against Napoli. At the time of recording this, these two teams played against each other in real life, and they battled to a 0-0 draw, which Napoli is kind of having a renaissance season after their disastrous title defense last year, where they finished 10th. But legendary difficulty. I want to actually go play this during the day again. Let's do 2:30. Sick of nighttime games. But you can see, a bit of a rotator. I dropped Chiesa, I put Coman in there. Kadir, I'm going to give him a game over Carvalho. And that's pretty much it. Those are all the changes that I'm going to make. And I will make changes accordingly, depending on how this game goes. But without further ado, and then Juventus, at the time of recording this too, have registered 3 straight clean sheets, but the only problem is they're not scoring either. And you see Paul Pogba, his career is pretty much done. Even if he comes back to football, it's going to be hard to see him being as prominent as he once was.
Italian football, it's one of the real dates in the diary. The conclusion of the Coppa Nazionale, the Italian Domestic Cup, and it's got to be played out to a finish here, incidentally. Alan Smith alongside me.
Yeah, can't wait. It's a relatively new experience for me, this one. I've had some fantastic cup finals going down the years, and I don't think this will be much different.
I think that was my thumbnail right there.
And they play Napoli. Well, there's quite an edge, isn't there, I think, to the...
I should do a Napoli career mode one of these days.
We're going to see a match of real passion as well as skill. For Napoli, I think he's going to be a very influential player today.
3 in his last 3 games. That's top class from the striker.
Two changes for Juventus. Danilo starts with Alexandro.
But you can have Asamoah on the bench just for consistency for the final episode.
Out-and-out attacker in the lineup.
He will be leaving us next year, which, like I said, I am not doing another season. I'm ending this was originally supposed to be a 1-season-long career mode to begin with. I don't know why Juventus was not in the Champions League by default. I'm still trying to figure that out, but you can see the people spazzing out in the background there.
4-3-3. They've got natural wide players 3.
Napoli's always had strong lineups. It's hard to believe that not last year, but the year before was what it took in order for them to finally win a Serie A title. Which they were, up until they won their title, in my opinion, they were kind of like the Borussia Dortmund of Italy, which was come so close but yet so far. Well, Napoli did get the job done 2 seasons ago, and like I said, they did have a disastrous title defense last year where they finished 10th. It just was not working out for them at all last year. And then this year, gone a little bit differently for them. I think they are undefeated, though. I think at the time of recording this, they are currently 3rd in the table. Udinese having a strong start to the season in real life in Serie A.
Very well. Into quite a dangerous position now.
And don't forget, we are in legendary difficulty, so this should be a bit more difficult for me scoring as opposed to previous episodes. Especially since we're playing a team like Napoli. Ah, that's not how I want... Well, I mean, that's what I want. I mean, he is my center back. I'm not expecting him to... Now, if it would have been my striker, that would have been a different story. But my center back, I'm not expecting him to score.
Well, here we are at the cup final.
Oh!
For this football club, a very special occasion.
There we... Oh, come on!
So close to...
Come on, come on.
On the icing on the cake.
Oh, I can't believe he's missed it.
And what the heck is Martin Tyler, that the cherry on the icing? We're on even ground. I mean, even if we scored there, this game is far from over. So I don't know what he... Oh! Come on, we got it! We got it! Come on, come on, come on, come on! There we go! Since we like kicking it straight at the goalkeeper for whatever reason. Very difficult angle. Coman with a nice shot there, making up for that blunder earlier. Now, is that going to count as a Coman goal, or is that going to be an own goal by Pepe Reina? No, that is going to count as a Kingsley Coman goal.
So the first goal, it's 1-0.
Another thing I will say about the Champions League final in the next episode is that some of my players are going to be slightly weaker than they were here because I just didn't... Because I actually wanted to make things a little bit... And my West Brom players are going to be a tad bit stronger than what they were at the end of the West Brom... Oh, come on!
And in goal with no...
Come on, guys. You're shooting yourselves in the foot now. What kind of header was that, Di Maria? That was an empty... That was an empty... That was an... Whatever the hell I'm trying to say. Put some power in that header, would you please?
Attacking now, Juventus.
You guys are shooting yourselves in the foot. I mean, this is legendary difficulty, mind you, but it's supposed to make the opponents better, not make us worse. Di Maria owes me a goal.
Through pass.
That wasn't what I wanted to do.
Just working away to try and find an opening. Well, he's won it back. That's a really good tackle. Came in with the...
There we go. Oh, you gotta be kidding me now. This game is taking a piss take now.
And in goes the cross. Oh, it was a cross. And shoots. But he's had a go.
Well, if you don't buy a ticket, as they say...
This game is taking the... Yes, I know that's not a goal.
Well,
Quit rubbing salt in the wound game.
To play here. Stops.
Di Maria really... I really should yank him for that.
No goal.
Yeah, and I think it helps everybody inside the stadium as well. Stops fans from becoming disgruntled.
There we go. Sweaty goal worked.
They lead by 2 now. They'll feel a little bit more comfortable, and they're good value for this advantage at the moment.
Yeah, I think at halftime I'm yanking Di Maria because Di Maria is giving me absolutely nothing in this game.
Jimmy Greaves like there, wasn't he?
Different angle on it here.
And Aubameyang actually put the right placement on Bo instead of kicking it straight at Pepe Reina.
Just widen the margin here to 2-0. And that's a throw for Juventus.
That's not who I wanted to throw it to.
Khedira.
Get onside, come on.
Moving from one side to the other.
Okay, can we get...
The shot's on.
Not the most convincing of finishes, but we really should be winning this by a lot more. 2 golden opportunities to... This really should be 5-0 right now.
Top class.
Coming in from the right.
Good placement by Rabiot.
Wonderful delivery.
Great ball.
That's something I expect from a striker, to be fair, not somebody like Rabiot who plays in centre mid. Linked with Manchester United and Newcastle and Rolev. I think last I read he did sign with Marseille, so that team is doing pretty good this year, even though they got Mason Greenwood, or the Mr. Sexual Assault.
Well, they've been thwarted here. That's a sign of better things.
Should I say woman beater?
Juventus on the attack. Played into the middle. They cope with it well defensively. Juventus will get the throw. Now Danilo. Rabiot.
I figured I'd give it a go from there.
In spectacular style.
Wow.
That wasn't too far off, to be fair.
One of the players that we really thought at the start of the game would be the sort of guy we're talking at the end. We might not mention him in a positive way, the way he's played today.
Oh, get.
He won't win the raffle, and we can see from that graphic that he's just...
Should have taken another touch. I knew I should have taken another touch for that. Reina was all over that.
Corner to be taken. Goes for it with a fist.
Again, Varane. He is not a striker, clearly.
Pepe Reina at full stretch to make that absolutely tremendous save.
That was top class.
I remember when he played for Liverpool, Pepe Reina.
Well, that is half-time, and a great half for the side that leads.
If I'm not mistaken, Reina is the Spanish word for queen.
And they're beginning to believe, I'm sure, that they'll be holding up the trophy.
Which has nothing to do with Pepe Reina, but I mean, I just thought of that just now. Don't mind me, I'm just little things like that just catch my attention.
Right.
Oh. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. Aubameyang is kind of... I mean, he has played, I think, 3 straight games, so... Okay. Coman is knackered, but Di Maria, I've not been happy with him all game. I'm going to put Cuadrado in there. I'm going to put... Morata's actually been a pretty decent striker for me. And I'm thinking either Rabiot or... Pogba has been very quiet. Khedira. Probably should consider putting Cavallo in there just to strengthen that defense a bit, but... I probably won't do that until later on in the game.
It is not the individuals, but forwards are the most individual players in many ways. Certainly single-minded, and he's got himself a goal, and he'll be happy tonight.
Yeah, well, the fans are happy with his action, and why not? Well,
so Alan, the second half of Nazionale final is going to tell us who's going to grab it.
Yeah, some of
the come on!
Touching it.
Oh, Pepe! How did they keep that out of the... How did they keep that out of the net?
There'll be a signal here at the corner.
Go!
Now the shot! And the goalkeeper got a touch to that. Fine save. That's a proper old-fashioned clearance there from the defender.
There we go, nice.
Goal!
And of course it's Morata. He might actually be the best player this career mode, to be honest with you. Morata has been absolutely fantastic for me.
Should wrap up the game for them.
Yeah, ruthless there with the way that they took it, and I think that's it for them.
And I think with that, I know it's 5 minutes in a thing. I think I am going to shore up that defense a little bit. Carvalho can go in there, since he is a natural defensive mid in this game. Have I mentioned how nice it is playing FIFA 17? No, this game is not perfect, but compared to the later FIFAs, I mean, even if you compare this to the earlier FIFAs, like 13 through 16, in my opinion, this is the most enjoyable FIFA to play, in my opinion. I absolutely adore FIFA 17.
So they're looking for more at 4.
And speaking of older FIFAs, Morata, what the hell are you doing? I will also be, because I have FIFAs 15 and 16, and I will be featuring those 2 games as well, since The only thing I did with FIFA 15 and 16 on my channel so far, FIFA 15 I did a Leones Negros career mode, and then FIFA 16 I did a Dorados one. But I do have ideas of other career modes that I want to do for those two games, and they will be featured at some points. Probably won't be until next year where I'll feature those two games.
And the cross is in.
Oh! I don't know how that hit. That really should not have hit the woodwork.
And he's done the trick this time.
That really should not have hit the woodwork. That should have been open. Yeah, that's... I mean, I shouldn't complain. He did score, but that should have... That was a lot closer to what it should have been.
Yeah, and I think he deserved that though, because...
But yeah, I don't think we'll be hearing much about Paul Pogba anymore. Sadly, due to his... I think he got suspended for doping, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's suspended for like the next 2 seasons, including this one. I could be wrong about that. But yeah, his career is essentially over. Should have put a little bit more pepper on there. Rabio, how are you on distance? Forcing a corner? Be nice to actually score from a corner in this game. I haven't really done a whole lot of that. Cavallo! If that defender wouldn't have been there, that would have gone in. Cavallo!
Well, that's an absolutely stunning strike.
It stunned me, and it certainly stunned
Wow!
Well, they'll be showing that over and over again.
Yeah, I want to see this.
Well, we see it again.
He was close the first time, to be fair.
But luck was with him.
Oh, man.
I think the goalkeeper thought he got his angles covered there, but he didn't look too pleased when it rebounded in.
Oh, that is a beauty. What are his long shots? Let me look here real quick. What are his long shots? Okay. Long shots. He's only 64 long shots? Okay, finishing. Only 57 finishing and 64 long shots, but yet he was able to bury that on legendary difficulty. Wow. I'm impressed.
It's 6-0 as the
Color me impressed. Wow. Wow.
Gula.
Come on. Guys. There we go.
Been thwarted here. That's a sign of better things to come.
Okay, Napoli's got more possession. You wouldn't notice this particular half. It seems like we've had the ball most of the second half. Okay, let's see if we can put...
Played into the middle.
Why we... Oh, that was on target, surprisingly. Because, once again, I hit the wrong button. Danilo, do your job at right back, please. Okay, let's see. We don't want them to get an opportunity here, even a consolation. I prefer to keep a clean sheet if I can. Get him! Come on, guys. Make an effort off the ball.
Well, the tackle there has led to a throw.
Make an effort off the ball, please.
Really strong tackle, and the ball's gone out
Come on.
for the throw. Well,
there we go.
Possession away. Pogba.
Nice passing.
Morata challenges for the ball.
Ooh.
Gone for goal in spectacular style.
Wow.
Coman trying to add a second there. I think it was Coman. I don't know who that was. Not too terribly far off, to be fair, from a rather difficult angle, to be fair. If he would have scored that, that would have been amazing. We had... Nice!
He's backheeled it nicely to a supporting player.
Ooh! Forcing a good save out of Pepe Reina once again.
Getting set.
I wonder how many saves Pepe Reina has made in this game. And Varane finally gets his goal after 2 rather lackluster attempts in the first half.
shocking moment for the player. Look at him, he's distraught.
Oh, that's going to be an own goal. That's not even going to be a Varane goal. That's got to be an own goal.
It's a frustrating way to...
Yeah, so Varane will not get credit for that goal, unfortunately, but that was as much his goal as what it was an own goal by Tonelli.
Allen.
Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Don't let him...
4 minutes of added time. Morata. He sliced through them, sliced them apart.
Oh, he's just got
For a minute, why did I think for a minute that was going to go in? Let me see this.
Effort, and he couldn't hit the target. It's wide of the target. Alan Smith.
I think he's trying to catch the goalkeeper by surprise there.
Good thing about this being a cup final is that we don't have to hear freaking Alan McAnally all the time. I forgot just how irritating he was, especially playing the newer FIFAs, but it always seems like there's any kind of play going on. Either like goal news from Alan McAnally, but...
Well, there is the final whistle, and that confirms what we've been knowing for some time, that they are the champions. Alan.
Yeah, absolute joy amongst those players.
That goal by Carvalho was just...
long and hard, haven't they, over the course
that
of
was
the
mint.
9 months or so. And
that play was mint.
Deserve it.
These are special moments for...
And then, like I said, I will not have any vocal commentary for the Champions League final. I'm just going to let Martin Tyler and Alan Smith do their jobs, but it will be against West Brom.
And no wonder they're milking the moment.
And I will be showing end-of-season stats and stuff and player attributes at the end of this, don't worry. That way we'll do that, because technically we'll be playing in tournament mode for the final episode, and we'll be doing it that way. And you see, De Ligt will be lifting the trophy. He will not be, if we win the Champions League next episode, he will not be lifting the Champions League title. That honor will go to Gigi Buffon. I will have him wear the captain's armband. Now, I do expect the next episode to be a bit tougher because, like I said, I am going up against West Brom, and I did make the West Brom team a tad bit tougher than what they were in my saves, so...
Sharing the field with those off it, the fans, they'll know where their particular friends and families are.
And by the way, I should let you guys know, De Ligt will not be a part of the Champions League final. I just did not even bother trying to get his overall the same. So I believe my back line will be consisting of Varane and Albiol, with Rugani being my backup center back. Because his default rating in this game, I think, is in the high 50s or low 60s. I think, come to think of it, I think his base rating in FIFA 17 was 64. Those kits are sharp.
What's the keeper doing here? Di Maria! Oh, great. Shots on here.
Beautiful goal. I forgot about that goal by Coman. His and Carvalho's were the two best goals in this game. But you can see Napoli got more possession, which I'm not surprised. Italian teams in FIFA are notorious for that, but they have all the possession in the world, but they didn't get any shots on goal or on target. Let me just see here real quick. Highest rated player for Napoli was a 6.9 from Golam, the left back. No, the highest rated rating was Reina. Made 15 saves. But you can see player of the match, Paul Pogba. Okay. He did get a goal. Wait a minute. Why did Paul Pogba get man of the match when Coman got a goal and 3 assists? Okay, 2 for 2, 12 for 15, 8 and 12 from Coman, 3 and 3. I honestly would have given the match ball to Coman with his goal and 3 assists, so I don't know why. Okay, I have a notification on my laptop, but I do see OBS is still going, so I'm gonna go ahead and advance this. I'm not touching anything on my laptop. I want to make sure this all goes through. Actually, let me... because this is gonna drive me nuts if I don't do... something about it now. But you can see the tournament tree for the Coppa Nazionale. On our way here, we ended up beating Cagliari in the round of 16, Lazio in the quarterfinals, and Fiorentina in the semifinals, which Napoli had to beat. I think that's Perugia. They beat AC Milan, and they beat Roma. Okay. I end up getting rid of that notification, so we should be good now. Sorry about that, everybody. Now, this is going to be a bit of a longer episode, but the next one should be just the Champions League final, because we'll be doing all of our end-of-season stuff now. But you can see we are on top of the table, comfortably ahead of Napoli. Enter in third position Chievo and Milan, which Chievo Verona has become a bit of a phoenix club, which they ended up getting bankrupt a couple years ago, and then they came back as I forget what the name they were going under, but they went under a completely different name. But Sergio Pellissier, which was a former player of theirs, ended up buying the rights to the Chievo Verona badge and colors, and they ended up coming back as Chievo. But you can see if relegation was a thing, Cagliari, Crotone, and Palermo would be going down. Supercoppa at the beginning of the season was won by us. Another look at the Coppa Nazionale. We ended up beating Real Madrid in the preseason tournament, which both teams ended up winning their respective groups. Still don't know why Juve was not in the Champions League by default. But you can see Chiesa is leading goal scorer with 19, Coman with 14. Aubameyang with only 10, which is a little bit disappointing, but that's how it goes sometimes. Felipe Anderson from Lazio getting most assists with 10, though Aubameyang did get 9 assists, so 19 goal contributions altogether for Oba. Coman with 8, Chiesa with 6, so that's 25 goal contributions from Chiesa. Clean sheet goes to Sorrentino from Chievo, one of the reasons why they're in European competition. Reina with 13, Chesney with 13, Perrin with 12, so that's 25 clean sheets between the both of them. And just, not that it really matters. Coppa Nazionale, Dionisi from Frosinone is tied with Pogba, Ragusa, Dybala, and Coman. Coman with the most assists with 4. Ended up getting 3 of those assists in the final. Most clean sheets went to Perrin. Ended up getting 3. And Chesney had 1, so that's 4 combined clean sheets, which is double that of Raphael, Gomi, and Sportiello. And you can see some of the stats for the Challenge Cup, if you care about that. Okay, tournament prize money. Transfer budget, I'm going to show you guys transfer budget real quick. We did start things off with 58 million. We still have 22 in transfer budget. We purchased nearly 150 million worth of players throughout this career mode. You can see the youth staff right there. Andrea Rizzo was our main scout. And we promoted everybody from our youth academy. I forgot about that. You can see youth development. We are not playing another season, so that one I'm not worried about. Brand exposure, which I didn't even show that. I mean, you guys probably did get to see it real briefly, but... Shirt sales, Coman, Pogba, Aubameyang. No surprise there, which we end up selling nearly 400 million in player shirt sales. No objectives for financial. Domestic success, we did the domestic double. Continental, we'll be doing that here, which technically we didn't do any here. We did qualify for the Champions Cup, which I don't know why that's not check marked off, but we will be playing the Champions League final in the next episode. We're going to take a look at transfer history here. You can see Asamoah is going to Manchester City on a free. Lichtsteiner will be going to Borussia Dortmund on a free. Bernadeschi is out on loan. You see some of the other deals that we did. Piazza, funnily enough, went to Hamburg on loan, which I did have him on my team. I bought him in my Hamburg FIFA 17 career mode. We ended up doing a bit of swap deals plus cash to bring in some of these players. But take a look at the final teams. Which Pogba is already up to 91. But if there's anybody in particular you want to look at, you can just go ahead and pause the video. Very nice growth here, despite me bumping up a few overalls. If I'm being honest, some of them I did raise at the beginning of this career mode, and particularly Chiesa's. But tell you what, I could not have been happier with the purchase of William Carvalho. And you can see some of our Youth Academy players right here. All of them I ended up promoting. Chiesa didn't grow, but that's because I bumped up. I think his base overall in this game was like 57. Locatelli, his base overall I believe was 67 in FIFA 17. Chiesa has already gone down by 3. Lichtsteiner has already gone down by 2. Forgot about the Russian league being in this particular FIFA. I should show the Serie B table. Bernadeschi's grown by a couple during his time at Valencia. To show attributes right here. I'm actually kind of surprised that Aubameyang did not score as many goals as what I expected him to, especially being an 87 rating. Again, Carvalho, I could not say enough about it, especially during that cup final that we just played through. But I think after this, I'm going to show the Serie B table real quick, because I'm kind of curious what Serie B teams are in FIFA 17. I don't remember that far back, unfortunately, but yeah, Zakaria, Locatelli, Chiesa will not play a part in the Champions League final in the next episode. Let's just pretend, at least with Chiesa, let's just pretend he got suspended, and then Locatelli and Zakaria, I made way for Asamoah as kind of like a goodbye episode, and then Buffon. Just pretend we got him back from free agency, just to keep consistency. You can see Lichtsteiner very unhappy. I don't know. I mean, he didn't play, but at the same time, it's not like he was going to get any games. Andres Tello, I remember him. Matteo Vitali with the worst resting bitch face I've ever seen in my life. Anastasios Donis could say he was a failed. Marco Piazza, he definitely would say, I hate to say it, but a failed wonder kid. I'm sorry if you hear that in the background. That is my stomach growling. I have not eaten brunch yet. So I usually don't eat breakfast, but I sometimes, depending on my mood, I do eat lunch a little bit earlier, which would be brunch. But I mean, that has nothing to do with this, so I'll just keep my mouth shut about that. But okay, I do want to see what teams are in the second division before we end this episode, where we take on West Bromwich Albion in a bit of a rematch, which By the way, West Brom ended up finishing 14th on this save. Quite a bit comfortable survival. You see Burnley, Bournemouth, and Hull City go down. Liverpool ended up winning the Premier League during the save. Man City finishing 5th was a bit of a surprise. Newcastle were not in the Premier League in the save, which they ended up getting promoted alongside Aston Villa. No real surprise there. That is kind of funny. Well, I say funny, but interesting that this is my favorite FIFA, and this is the season that Newcastle did spend to date the final season in the Championship. Hopefully they will not get relegated again anytime soon, but you can see if promotion was a thing, well, if promotion is a thing, but if I was playing another season, Hellas Verona and Cesena would be going up, and the playoffs would be between Carpi, Vicenza, Novara, and Frosinone, which I forgot about Novara. They were a Serie A team back in the day. See, Pro Vercelli, one of the most decorated teams in Italy, despite them not... And that was during the early part of Italian football. You can see No Venezia, Venezia really didn't start participating in Serie B until I believe around FIFA 19 or FIFA 20 is where they started becoming prevalent in Italian football. But that is where I'm going to call it. I think I pretty much showed you guys everything I wanted to. You can see Martin, one for the future, Martin Odegaard, Real Madrid. That's a blast in the past. And, of course, he plays for Arsenal in real life, which at the time of recording this, he did sustain an ankle injury, if I'm not mistaken. So they will not have him in the lineup for quite some time. But next time I see you guys, we will be in the Champions Cup final. We'll be taking on West Brom. Hope you guys looking forward to that. That should be a really interesting and challenging game, that's for sure. But thank you guys so much for watching this. Hope you guys are enjoying the series so far. I'll be seeing you guys again next time.